Okay, my creative flow is kind of like organized chaos. I have to be in different places to stay productive and just keep my mind stimulated. So a lot of times I'll start off the day very relaxed and very focused, and I have my 2 laptops, my monitor, everything I need to just plan out my day. And by lunchtime, I usually transition either to a cafe or my co-working space so that I can be around other people. And I find that that helps a lot because some of the tasks that I do are very like mundane or they're very research-based. So having the external environment and the kind of like white noise helps me really stay focused on what I'm working on. A lot of the ideas that I have are related to our product, and I'm not a technical person. I'm more of like the business founder. So when I think of an idea, the first thing I do is market research, and I search up if anyone else is solving that idea or if anyone else has a similar feature on their platform. And I look for at least 4 other companies that are trying to solve that problem. And I just do a lot of research on it. So I find like essays, case studies, and kind of put my own together. And then I come up with a problem statement or a thesis that I'm trying to solve. So it's really similar to writing an essay, and you're just trying to like see the problem that you're trying to solve with that idea. And from there, I just reach out to people and kind of have coffee chats with the people that I would be solving the problem for. And it kind of all goes from there. Something that I'm currently trying to unlearn is being really married to a solution, because in the startup space, you find that you will like have done all that market research or trying to build a product, and then you might realize that it doesn't actually solve for the market that you're trying to solve for, and you have to pivot really fast, or else you're just going to keep expending money, time, and effort into something that's not actually returning well for you. So you have to just like not be married to anything and just decide that like, okay, the market is going to take me where it's going to take me, and I'm just going to have to go with it. So I've had to let loose a little bit and not be very stuck on a certain idea or a certain way that things are going to go, and just kind of let everything happen. Okay, it sounds kind of cliche, but a lot of my best ideas come when I'm on the plane. I usually don't buy Wi-Fi or anything. I kind of just sit there and think. And I feel like when I'm normally working, it can be really easy to Google things or ChatGPT the meaning of something. But when you're on a plane, it's literally just you and a piece of paper and a pen. So I kind of just start writing out things. I'm like, oh, what if I did this? How would this look? And I find that that's where most of my original ideas come from. And I flesh them out as much as I can before having access to the internet, so that I know that it's something that came directly from my mind and something that I'm able to just like explain fully well to people. Okay, building a startup has changed a lot of the way that I think about leadership. I think working under people for most of my career, which has been quite short, you kind of see things in a very structured way, and you feel like everything has to be a certain way. But becoming a leader, especially at such a young age, and having to like manage people that are sometimes my age or like way older than me, has just made me become a lot more of a collaborative person. And I realize that you are basically the person that decides how your organization is formed. And I've decided that I want people who are working alongside me and not people that feel like they have to do everything that I say. So when I'm working with people, I look for other people who are very entrepreneurial and people who have their own ideas and want to execute that, so that we're all working together as a team instead of like me as the head and them under me. Yeah, I think going off of what I said earlier, just being in a space where there's a lot of other people that don't exactly look like you, a lot of times they're going to doubt your intelligence. So you have to be very prepared for questions that other people may not have to answer. A big thing right now is like fundraising. When you get to a certain stage at a startup, you have to raise capital from venture capital or private equity firms. And you're basically sitting in a boardroom with like people who are 20, 30 years older than you, have so much experience. And they basically just grill you, asking you questions about the industry and why you can make them more money than they're going to give you. And a lot of times they're looking for fault in your answers, especially if you look a certain way, because they've already kind of formed an opinion of your intelligence based on how you look. So I think just that's a very difficult part of navigating the space, but it's also taught me a lot about being prepared and always having answers for them. And I think it's kind of set me ahead a little bit, because in other spaces where my peers may not be as prepared, I know that I had to over-prepare to be in the same room as them. Compcrafter is a platform that helps employees maximize their benefits packages, and usually in this space, that's been done through very legacy systems. So it's just a lot of static information that people don't have the user experience or nothing really fun about these HR tools that makes people want to actually use them. And where we're excited about coming in is actually listening to customers and taking their feedback and implementing that into our platform. So we launched a few months ago with a more commercialized version of our platform, and we have a few hundred users coming on with a pilot that we're doing. So I'm excited to really just see the real usage and the real feedback from people so that we can implement that and build on the technology that we've already built.